Okay, so very welcome all of you. So I just want to introduce Neeraj Sir. Neeraj Nachiketa Sir is you can search. He's one of the most renowned faculties of science and tech and environment. And Sir has been mentoring aspirants from more than 15 years. And so we have together decided that we are going to take GS3 economy module and environment and science tech module. So this module will be conducted by us. Now this will be open for our students also, but this module is mainly for people who are targeting the mains examination this year. So the idea behind this interaction was to first help you to interact with Sir. And I want you to see the approach because some people have the basic understanding of the preparation. So this will help you to understand the nuances of the paper, and also tomorrow when you'll give mains examination, you will have some basic idea about the preparation. So Sir, you can add something.
So first of all, very good evening everyone. So I am very glad because Pramod Sir, we have been talking with each other for a long time. But today I am here in this platform. मैंने कई जगह पढ़ा है, सर ने बताया, तो I will mix a Hindi in between there. Wajiram and Ravi, right? I've taught environment there. Then you know Drishti IAS, right? Environment, science tech, vision IAS. अभी मेरे लुक बदल गए हैं. कई बार मैं लुक चेंज करता रहता हूँ. कई लंबे बाल होते हैं, चोटी बांधा होता है, कभी दाढ़ी बड़ा होता है. तो दैट जब मुझे आप सर्च करोगे ना, when you will search me, Google search नीरज नचिकेता, you will find different type of looks, right? तो कई बार लोगों को confusion हो जाता है कि यही है या कोई और है. Somebody else तो नहीं है हम. So I have been into this market for a long time. Sir has rightly said, I think it's going to be 18 years, 18. And there was a time when I used to teach for 10 hours in 3-4 academies here. I remember way back in 2016, 9 years back, I used to have my classes in Wajiram and Ravi. Then I used to go to Baiju, their Apsara Arcade. Then also with Vision IS. So I used to jumble across and continuous. Even Saturday, Sunday also I used to teach. And I think I must not exaggerate too much. Now people call me as a flying faculty because I travel across the country. आप कहीं भी बात कर लीजिए, whether it is any main city where UPSC coaching is there, you will find my name there. And even South also. How many are from South here? Nobody is there?
Okay. I want to add something here.
Yeah.
So Sir is a person who teaches on its own terms.
Right.
So that is the reason. But he has a very good following among students, and one of the top-notch qualities delivered by Sir. So we have been interacting since long, and I said, Sir, why don't we do something for students who are writing mains? And so we thought that we'll have a 10 days of a module for people who are targeting mains. So we're going to discuss that part. First, Sir will take, then I'll be at it. Just 15-20 minutes time will take.
Yeah. So what we have planned is that this module, because see, even if you are writing next year exam, right, it's not necessary that 2025 mains exam. I'm very sure that all of you been targeting next year exam, right? Most of you will appear in the exam. So this module is going to help you, right? Now, what we have done, we have divided the entire GS3 paper because see, GS3 paper is a very dynamic paper, very dynamic subject, right? And you know that science and technology is from current affairs, right? Environment, again, you see questions coming from current affairs. Disaster management, if you look at disaster management, landslide, earthquake, tsunami, you take any example, all are from the current affairs point of view, although you need to know the basic concepts, but they're linked with current affairs, right? Sir's topic, economy, you need core area plus current affairs. So that's why GS3 paper is a dynamic subject. You need core with the current affairs. Both, you have a hold of that. So what we have decided, both of us, I will be going to the areas there. We have prepared one PowerPoint just to brief you, will not take too much of time. And then we will be having session from 1st of July. Our batch will start with 1st of July. And we are keeping very nominal fees so that any person can join this program. But you know that mains exam is more focused on the answer writing part. Doubt clearance, answer writing, we'll be doing that. So let us just understand here. See, if you look at, if you compare from 2024, right, you all can see this one, 2024 to 2017. If you look at 7 years past exams, disaster management 30 marks. Like, you know, the two types of questions, you all know that. Either 10 marks or 15 marks, 150 words, 250 words. Now, you'll find at least 2 questions will be there, right? 150 words or 250 words, or maybe 2 questions, 150 words, or maybe 150, 250 words, or 2 questions with 250 words. You'll get that. So if you look at the range here, 30 marks, 30 marks, the same range you'll find that, means part of it, right? Now, you will be saying, sir, what about this one? Because you know that pattern, right? Initially, when the new pattern of mains exam was there used to be 10 markers, 10 marks there. Then later on, UPSC introduced 10 marks and 15 marks, right? So that's what you find the difference. Internal security, another very important component, right? And see, internal security, disaster management, completely mains topic, right? So internal security, again, you see 35, 35, 40, this variation is there. But now I'm coming to my subject. Science and technology, if you look at 35, how many questions you get? 3 to 4 questions. That vary. Sometimes maybe 3 questions, sometimes maybe 4 questions. But on an average, you'll find 3 questions will be there. So if you look at the variation, 35 marks, 40 marks, 35 marks, it goes up to 50 marks. Last year, 50 marks. Last year, there were 4 questions were there. I'll just give you a sample there. I'll take you to the part of the PDF here. If you see this last year mains question here, this one, I'll just take to that question here. If you come to this question, see, these are a very simple question being asked here. Look at here this question here. What is the technology being deployed for electronic toll collection on highways? You know the FASTag. You all have seen that? That is we have on the window screen of the vehicle, we have the sticker, and money get debited and the barrier get open. Now look at here. Highways, but now, so what are its advantages and limitations? Simple question. What are advantages? Hassle free, right? You don't have to wait there for a long time, take out the cash, give it to the counter, the person will give you open the barrier, then the car will move. That was thing there. So advantages part of it, but what is here? Limitation. What is limitation here? Sometimes sensor may not be working. What is RFID? Radio frequency identification device. You have a sensor, scanner. Just same like our mobile phone, Google Pay or Paytm, we have a scanner, right? Let's say that scanner is not working sometimes, or maybe your sticker has some kind of problem, right? Then it will create some limitations. But what is very important, which if you look at UPSC, this part up to second part, everyone can write. But now what I'm bringing here, the next part, what are proposed changes? Now this is the main aspect. पहला 2 पार्ट सब लोग लिख सकते हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं आएगी. अब जो तीसरा पार्ट है क्वेश्चन का, प्रपोज चेंजेस, दैट मीन्स जिसने करंट अफेयर्स अच्छे से पढ़ा है, those who are following the current aspect properly will be able to get there. Proposed changes that will make this process seamless. Can anyone tell me what are the proposed changes? Highways, national highways. FASTag तो सबको पता है, but tell me what are the proposed changes? What government is now trying to introduce in this case of electronic payment? Anybody right now here? Good, very good. Now there will be no such kind of a thing. Your number, your vehicle number, vehicle registered with the government, RC, registration certificate, and that database is there with the government. So it will be tracked by GPS. Now the new things are being brought, and what has the government has. You all know Nitin Gadkari. You all know Mr. Nitin Gadkari, highwayman of India, right? Now it will be kilometer wise. Let's say you have a car, that GPS will track and whatever number of kilometers you travel, accordingly the money will be linked to your bank account and the money will be debited. Now what happens with FASTag? We have to recharge it. We have to add money there, 500, 600, right? It's a prepaid kind of thing there. But now it will be direct with the account. And what is second thing here? If you recently followed the news, can anyone tell me what recent announcement Mr. Nitin Gadkari has done? regarding highway travel? Yes, good, very good, right? Very good. That 3,000 rupees and 200 toll, what crossings can be done, 200. See, today it is very costly, 50 rupees, 60 rupees, sometime maybe 100. Like, I'll give you a very good example. I was coming from UP, Uttaranchal, Purvanchal, and from Lucknow I was coming. You know how much is the toll charge? If you come from Lucknow to Delhi, Agra and the Yamuna Express, how much is the total toll? You can do the guesswork also there. Lucknow, Agra itself is 500 rupees. Now after Agra, what you have? Mathura. Mathura is also there, no? And then you come to Noida, Greater Noida. So total 700 rupees. But with this particular scheme, what will happen there? 15 to 20 rupees per toll will be there. So these are the things, you see, these are all there in the news. If anybody can write that one properly, now you can see another thing. Would this transition carry any potential hazard? This transition into GPS system, would it be dangerous? Hazard means carry any hazard? Tell me. What point you will write here? समझ में आ रहा है क्वेश्चन ना? अभी लास्ट में कह रहे हैं कि इससे क्या हजार्ड हो सकता है, कुछ प्रॉब्लम आ सकती है. तो व्हाट टाइप ऑफ प्रॉब्लम कुड बी देयर? साइबर सिक्योरिटी थ्रेट, हैकर्स, राइट, स्कैम, वो सारी चीजें. एंड यू नो समटाइम्स व्हाट हैपन, क्रिमिनल्स, number plate. Suppose if the criminal use any other number plate with that GPS thing, it may not be the person there, but somebody else. Then again, it will be a creative problem. So that may have, see, always remember that technology always have positives and negatives. And what is the main question is asking? You should know the concept. You should know the application part. And what is third thing? Advantages and disadvantages. Right? That is the part there. Now just to move on there. See,
150 word. I just want to add in, sir. This is a 150 word question, but it has 4 parts. And you have to write in 7.5 minutes.
Right.
So the points have to be on tips. You don't have time to think there. It has to be, so whatever you study, it has to be revised so thoroughly that आपको वहाँ पर लिखने का सोचना नहीं पड़ेगा. सब कुछ, mental mapping आपको अच्छा करना होगा. That is the objective of the session that हम पढ़ाएंगे.
Just, how do you write within that time limit? And again, you will see how many words, 150 words. आप सब कुछ नहीं लिख सकते. You cannot write everything. Within that you have to. So we'll just move on there. See, pollution of river water. Environmental issue question was there, right? Now I want to bring another thing here. Let me just discuss this one. Just I'll come to environmental thing here. See, NGO, EIA. Have you read anywhere EIA? Environmental Impacts Assessment. कहीं पढ़ा है EIA के बारे में? कोई भी basic classes? So we will be covering in this module there. EIA is the main exam topic. See, when we build a highway, right? When we build a nuclear power plant, when we build a hydropower plant, right? What we need to do? Environmental clearance, right? So for that, there is something called EIA study. One need to prepare a report. So that part is going to NGO and how this, you need to have a concept understanding here. Then I would just like to bring another thing here. If you just go down here, this I think, let me ask somebody who can give me the answer here. That is this one. What are asteroids? How real is the threat of them causing extinction of life? What strategies have been developed to prevent such catastrophe? Anybody here? What are asteroids? Outer space object, okay? Where they are found? Where are they found? Solar system में कहाँ पाया जाता है? Between Mars and Jupiter? Okay. Now if I ask a question, is it only in between Mars and Jupiter or maybe any other place in our solar system? Are you able to understand my question? One is between Mars and Jupiter, you have read in geography that there are the planetoids. That means maybe early it may be a planet which has got broken apart. You have that asteroid belt. What about asteroids which are found above the Earth? You know what is the word here? It's called NEA, N-E-A, near Earth asteroids. And they're not one or two, there are hundreds of them. ज़्यादातर लोग एस्ट्रॉइड्स की जब बात करते हैं तो वो मार्स और जुपिटर की बात करते हैं. ज्योग्राफी बुक विल गिव यू ओनली मार्स एंड जुपिटर. But what is the current affairs? Near Earth asteroids. I'll give one very good example. Bennu. What is the name of the Bennu? Is as tall as Eiffel Tower. You know Eiffel Tower, Paris, is a very big asteroid. And you know the recent time, last 1 year, social media पता है भारत का कैसा है ना? हाइप जो क्रिएट होता है, अब ये एस्ट्रॉइड गिरने वाला है, अब तो पता नहीं पृथ्वी में क्या होगा, है ना? जलजला आने वाला है, D-Day, right? Now the earth is going to be over. All these were in the news, right? Meteoroid, comet, asteroid, and you know the way the social media make the things out of proportion there. Here, no? So now this is a question there. Extinction of life. Can it cause extinction of life? Suppose the asteroid fall to the earth. There's one theory is that one, right? If they are very big size, what will happen? So generally tell me, what happened with most of the such objects which come to the Earth's atmosphere? They get burn out, friction, right? But if the size is very large, some part may remain, which may fall to the Earth. Suppose thousands of kilometers per hour speed, if something, right, comes and strike this building, you know, it will be almost equal to thousands of tons of atom bomb. Remember that, it's coming very high speed. See, if it's a small thing, it will get burned up. But if it's a very large, then something will be remaining. And that will have a huge kinetic impact. You understand that? Kinetic impact. It will cause a lot of damage. So that is what is asked. And what is another thing? See, what is saying here? What strategies have been developed to prevent such catastrophe? Correct, very true. NASA has developed a technology called DART mission, Double Asteroid Redirection Test. This is all I teach in my classroom. It's not a difficult question. So just a sample there. Let's go to the PPT here. I'll not take too much time. So science and technology is one area which you require your presence in the current aspect, right? We are going to cover those current aspects of science and technology. I've just taken one example. Then environmental aspect also there. 25, 35. Last year also the question was there, right? See, river pollution, wetlands, right? All these are being asked there. They all become very, very important. And then coming to Indian economy part, Sir's portion there. Sir.
Okay, so thank you, sir. So when you look at the Indian economy part will cover around 40% of the syllabus. If you look at 125 till, so average 100, 100, 110.
Most of the part is from economics.
So this is an area which will cover your most part of it. And this is an area which is low scoring. It is my area. It's low scoring because it's very dynamic area. And I'll show it to you. Abhi mains ka ऊपर discuss करते हैं, and that will give you an idea. Now coming to here also we have multiple areas, and when you look at it broadly, 50% comes from the only one topic, that is agriculture. So the syllabus को अगर आप देखते हो तो agriculture is the primary part of the GSE 3 economy. And then we have the second part where most of the questions is asked is growth and development. Now when you're studying, you're preparing, you need to understand and do the cost benefit analysis that see this area has higher. So if you look here, so technically आप देखोगे तो 100 में से 80 marks तो आपका 75-80 marks तो यहीं से आ रहा है. So these topics will have to be studied, but they have to be given lesser priority. So student जो smart student होता है ना, वो अपने effort को rationalize करके optimize करके अच्छा score ला सकता है. So my focus would be to cover these areas. 5 lecture लूँगा. I'll just take 5 lectures, and the focus would be on identifying themes, understanding how to approach those themes, because पढ़ाएंगे नहीं, पढ़ना तो आप जानते हो, because पढ़ने का time पढ़ाने का time नहीं है. How to approach the paper, how to solve it, you know, then important themes को हम cover कराएंगे, उसका handout देंगे. Okay, now let's see the paper of the mains. अभी mains का paper देखते हैं 2024 का. So if you look at the paper, and these things will look very natural. Again, mains में it is not about the question, it is about how you write the answer. मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ कि question तो आपको सब पता होगा. So when you look at the paper, the first question is about the social sector spending of the government of India. Public expenditure on social services post-reform period, to what extent this has been consonance with the objective of inclusive growth. Now you can divide India's growth into 2 phases, pre-reform and post-reform. Pre-reform में government का role ज़्यादा था, the social sector spending vis-a-vis the government spending was much higher. But post-reform में वो spending percentage wise कम हुआ, but value wise बढ़ा. क्योंकि इकोनॉमी बहुत तेजी से बढ़ी. Our GDP was $290 billion in 1991 and today it is $4 trillion. The GDP has increased by 13 times. तो वैल्यू परसेंटेज टाइम्स में हमारा स्पेंडिंग कम रहा होगा, बट वैल्यू एंड टुडे 2% ऑफ द स्पेंडिंग जो है हम लोग सब्सिडीज पे खर्च करते हैं, वेलफेयर एक्सपेंडिचर. सो ये सारा डेटा पता होना चाहिए. इस डेटा से आप एनालाइज कर पाओगे. यू नीड टू, सो द आइडिया इज टू नॉट ओनली टीच यू बट टेल यू दैट दीज आर डेटा, जो हम इसको इंटरलिंक करेंगे. तो ये क्वेश्चन कंटेम्प्रेरी था, 10 मार्कर था. देन कमिंग टू दिस क्वेश्चन, व्हाट आर द कॉजेज ऑफ परसिस्टेंट हाई फूड इन्फ्लेशन. हमेशा न्यूज में रहता है हाई फूड इन्फ्लेशन का रीजन क्या है, फूड इन्फ्लेशन क्यों ज्यादा है. Structural problems are there, monsoonal factors are there, climate issues are there. Then food inflation में भी protein inflation होता है. हमारा जो monocropping culture है, wheat rice का trend है. So इंडिया में क्या है, we have surplus of few crops and we have deficit of few crops. अब जो भी अभी आप देखोगे इंडियन एक्सप्रेस के एक्सप्लेन सेक्शन में इस साल में 4 बार इस पे आर्टिकल आ चुका है. I had made a video on that multiple times. क्रॉपिंग कल्चर क्यों है, तो वो सारा फूड इन्फ्लेशन. सेकंड इज कमेंट ऑन द इफेक्टिवनेस ऑफ मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी ऑफ द आरबीआई. आरबीआई का मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी तो मनी सप्लाई कंट्रोल करता है. अब सर का दर्द हो रहा है और दवा जो है पैर का दे रहे हो. सो आरबीआई का जो पॉलिसी अप्रोच है वो मॉनसून को प्रॉब्लम को एड्रेस नहीं कर सकता. दे कैन नॉट एड्रेस द सप्लाई साइड. वो सिर्फ मनी सप्लाई कम कर देगा. इट विल रिड्यूस द डिमांड ऑफ द इकोनॉमी बिकॉज मनी सप्लाई कम हो जाएगा. तो वो इस पर पूरे साल में डिस्कशन हुआ था. इफ यू रीड द आर्टिकल्स ऑफ न्यूज़पेपर, इस पर 20 मतलब 20-25 आर्टिकल पूरे साल भर में था, बिकॉज हमेशा इस पे क्वेश्चन हुआ है. सो यू कैन डायरेक्टली लिंक विद दिस क्वेश्चन. आपको क्या है, इश्यूज को समझना होगा और एक आपका एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग होना चाहिए एंड पॉइंटर्स होना चाहिए एंड यू हैव टू राइट देयर. देन थर्ड क्वेश्चन बहुत इजीली, ये तो खैर स्टैटिक है, सक्सेसफुल इंप्लीमेंटेशन ऑफ लैंड रिफॉर्म्स. एक्सप्लेन द रोल ऑफ मिलेट्स फॉर इंश्योरिंग हेल्थ एंड न्यूट्रिशन सिक्योरिटी. तो मतलब मिलेट्स की बात हमेशा हो रही है पिछले 1-2 साल में. क्यों, मोदी जी का वो पेट मिशन है, सबको मिलेट का बिस्किट खिलाओ, रोटी खिलाओ, जो भी खिला सकते हो मिलेट करो. मिलेट का जो है हर रेलवे स्टेशन पे आपको मिलेट का स्टोर मिल जा रहा है ना. तो मिलेट इंटरनेशनल ईयर ऑफ मिलेट्स हुआ है. मिलेट्स के कौन से टाइप हैं, क्या उसका बेनिफिट है, उसमें लो ग्लाइसेमिक इंडेक्स होता है, इट इज गुड फॉर हेल्थ, इट हैज बेटर न्यूट्रिशनल सिक्योरिटी, उसको फूड सिक्योरिटी प्रोग्राम में इंक्लूड करना चाहिए नहीं करना. इस पर बहुत सारे डिबेट्स हो रहे हैं और डिस्कशन में था. तो दीज आर वेरी कंटेम्प्रेरी इशूज. आप इसमें लिख सकते हो बट आपका फोकस्ड अप्रोच होना चाहिए, आइडेंटिफाइंग द प्रॉब्लम्स. तो सिमिलरली तो हमारा फोकस वही रहेगा, टू हेल्प यू टू अंडरस्टैंड द डायनामिक्स ऑफ द एग्जाम एंड देयरबाय मेक एन एफर्ट व्हिच इज मोर वेरी स्पेसिफिक. नाउ सर आप अपना ले लीजिए, फिर मैं इकोनॉमी वाला
अब कैरी ऑन मैं कर देता हूं. सो नाउ लेट्स लुक एट
इसको लेते हैं सर पीछे.
So just a second. See what is the thing. Sir will also come to the part.
Yeah. Okay.
See, you all know about the syllabus of the science and technology, right? So we will be covering this all areas. But what sir has said, हम आपको पढ़ाएंगे नहीं. You have already read that. We will focus on the answer writing part of it, content part of it, and we'll give you certain kind of support there, like science tech development in India, application day-to-day life, eminent scientists contribution, IPR issues. You have seen that last year there was a question on IPR. And a patent, the number of patent filing in India has increased drastically. Why? Because of now more inventions, more innovations are being driven by the society. Then space, IT, computing, biotechnology, nanotech robotics. I'll give a very good example. If you look at 2 years back, Chandrayaan 3 was in the news, right? We all know the Chandrayaan 3, 2023, we landed successfully on the south pole of the moon. Chandrayaan 2 was a failure in landing, but orbiting was there. But Chandrayaan 3rd was proper landing. So UPSC asked the question. If you go 3 years back, JWST, James Webb Space Telescope, NASA's telescope, that was in the news. Question was asked. Now if you look at here, computing, cloud computing, you just go back to PYQs. You will see that question has been asked. Then nanotechnology is another favorite area of UPSC. So many times in main exam, UPSC is asked about nanoscience and technology, right? Then you can see robotics. Only one question has been asked. But if you look at last year, there was a question on AI, artificial intelligence. It's very obvious now, ChatGPT and all this generative AI was all in the news. And UPSC asked the question not only AI, it was a question about AI application in healthcare. And then what are the issues with AI? Data privacy, data security, protection, that kind of thing comes. So there, this part is there. Now, if you look at, these are just a breakup. We have already discussed. If you see the 3 to 4 questions, it is a range of 30 to 50 marks over the last thing. Now, if you look at nature of question, technology driven questions are being asked. Now, what is another very important thing which you will get in this module program? Interdisciplinary approach, because many times questions are linked with environment, energy, maybe agriculture, even sometimes with the geographical aspect, societal thing there, right? I'll just give you one very good example. Last year there was a question about water purification technology, because nowadays, you know, river getting polluted, lakes getting polluted. So UPSC question was 3 technologies which can purify water, drinking water, right? From where we can get drinking water. So although the question is a technology question, but where it is linked with in water pollution. I'll give you another example. EVs, electric vehicles, right? Today the battery driven electric vehicles are there. Again, it has a link with environment. Why? Carbon emission, greenhouse gas emission. We want to reduce it. And now the government, you know, recently CM, अभी जो दिल्ली की नई CM है, कितना काम हो रहा है अभी आप देखो, यमुना पोल्यूशन, रिवर क्लीनिंग हो रहा है ना. अभी रिसेंटली क्या लाया उन्होंने, रूल क्या लाया, पेट्रोल की जो गाड़ियाँ हैं, है ना, जो पुरानी गाड़ियाँ हैं, एंड नाउ इट हैज सेड दैट वी हैव टू गो फॉर हाइब्रिड व्हीकल्स, है ना, जो 10 साल से पुरानी गाड़ी है वो दिल्ली में नहीं चलेगी. एंड यू ऑल नो दिल्ली पोल्यूशन ड्यूरिंग द विंटर टाइम, राइट? तो ऑल दीज आर देयर. देन यू नो रेलेवेंस टू इंडियाज डेवलपमेंट, एनालिटिकल नेचर, solution driven topic, you have to provide solutions. Then coming to this one, global national science and technology development, जैसे मैंने बताया कि नासा का जो मिशन है, बट फॉरगेट अबाउट नासा, ESA, JAXA. अभी मैं बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज में पूछता हूँ आपसे. देयर इज वन our astronaut who is now going to go to ISS, International Space Station. Who is that astronaut? He's becoming making news. He's from Lucknow, right? Squadron leader, group captain Subhanshu Shukla. And what is the name of the mission where he will go to the exam 4, and which is the India's human space flight mission, Gaganyaan. He's a part of Gaganyaan. 4 astronauts have been selected, right? So all these are there, which are there in the news. So there comes into that. Then you know, Sudarshan Chakra. What is Sudarshan Chakra? क्या है बताओ? S400. ऑपरेशन सिंदूर इज अ पक्का क्वेश्चन आएगा. दिस टाइम मेंस एग्जाम देयर विल समथिंग लिंक्ड विद सिक्योरिटी. ऑपरेशन सिंदूर विल बी देयर आफ्टर पहलगाम अटैक, यू नो दैट. एंड यू नो वी हैव यूज्ड आकाश तीर. व्हाट आर दिस? दिस आर एंटी मिसाइल सिस्टम. अभी चल रहा है ना ईरान इजराइल, you know, that drone attack, missile attack, all these are in the news, right? These are all latest technology. Drone has become a very important warfare kind of a weapon. And you will often come across, whether it is Israel with Palestine or Israel with Iran, whichever part you come across. Same happened with India and Pakistan also. So S400 from where we have bought? It's not ours. It's not indigenous. It's Russia's Triumph system. है ना? ये सारी चीजें है ना, क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है. Their question has been asked. तो डायनेमिक नेचर है. Now coming to this, these are a question like, see, how is S400 air defense system technically superior than others? See, India could have bought Israeli system. You know what is the name of Israeli system? Iron Dome, right? And America has got what type of system? Air defense system, THAAD. But why India went to buy Russia system? कर सकते थे ना हम लोग, इजराइल का भी ले सकते थे ना. That means there are some kind of features of S400 which is superior to others. See, what is the problem with Iron Dome? It cannot be 100% accurate. अभी जो अटैक हो रहा है ना अभी इजराइल में, वो 80 to 90% कर पा रहे हैं. अब आयरन डोम भी फेल हो रहा है. But let's say suppose you have battery of missiles coming, and अगर hypersonic missile, तो Iron Dome cannot be that much effective. But S400 is very effective. So there are some comparative thing there. Then you can see here contribution of Sri M. Sir M. Viswesvaraya. Who is M. Viswesvaraya? Engineers Day. 15th September we celebrate Engineers Day. Diwan of Mysore, right? He is a part of engineering aspect. And Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, you all know. Who is Dr. M.S. Swaminathan? Father of Green Revolution in India.
He died last year.
Now, this from where? Contribution of scientists in development of agriculture, irrigation technology, right? Hydropower. Then AI, last year exam. Healthcare part, nanotechnology, IPR part. So again, if you see all this, and now environment thing here, say resources, natural resources, forest, wetland, right? All those natural resources, the way humans are, you know, affecting them, and then the pollution part, conservation. climate change, EIA, right? These are environment topic, and the remaining are disaster management, like natural calamity, flood, drought, and all this comes. Man-made disasters. Now, for example, war. What is war? It's a man-made disaster. Urban flood. Now, you know, मानसून आने वाला है दिल्ली में, पता है ना? अब कल से देखना जब बारिश आएगी तो क्या होगा, और आपको पता है पिछले साल क्या हुआ, आगे बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है, यही क्या हुआ तो आपको पता है. आई डोंट हैव टू टेल एनीथिंग. अर्बन फ्लड, बारिश आने वाली है ना अभी, तो फिर आपको पता है दिल्ली में क्या होता है, यमुना फ्लडिंग एंड एवरीथिंग देयर. इज अ मैनमेड और नेचुरल? बताओ. इज अ मैनमेड, नेचुरल? इज बोथ. Natural because of the rain, the excessive rain there, but it is a primarily man-made. Drainage system, clogging, unplanned development, all these are there. Okay, so this is a part that comes here. Disaster management cycle. How many of you have read disaster management? पहले पढ़ा है disaster management? नहीं. अच्छा, ये भी आप पढ़ेंगे अब मैंने जो है DM cycle. स्कूल में तो पढ़ा होगा नहीं? 10th standard NCERT book. Pre-disaster, post-disaster नहीं पढ़ा है? Okay, don't worry. In this module, we'll be delving about those kind of areas. Then coming to this one, reduced disaster, Sendai framework, Hugo framework, NDMA guideline. What is NDMA stands for? National Disaster Management Authority. And you know, Delhi has got DDMA, Delhi State Disaster Management Authority. COVID time, you know that guidelines. So same way we have guidelines for fire. You know, fire safety. आजकल काफी न्यूज में होता है ना, fire, flood, landslide. Right, building collapse, then you know this heat wave, all these are there. So there direct questions are asked. Just a few, again we have discussed this one, a range of 25-30. Now these are the question here. See, oil pollution, there was a question asked. Electric vehicles, National Wetland Conservation Program, then again you know COP, Conference of Parties of Climate Change, UNFCCC. Direct question, current affairs. See, all the from current affairs. Then EIA, then you'll find here, just go back, EIA part of it, right? Then you know disaster management, dam failure, you know, dam burst. Then you can see here about program of the government of India, landslide. Then again you know Hugo framework. So कहने का मेरा मतलब है कि आपको core area तो जानना है, but they're also based on current aspect. So what we are going to do in this module, I will also take 5 classes. See, this module is meant for those who have already covered syllabus thoroughly. So we are going to focus from current aspect and the writing part of it, that part of it. So now to the sir there, with that we'll end up this session here.
Okay, thank you, sir. So I'll take the economy part quickly.
Absolutely, sir.
Okay. Okay. So in GS3 economy we saw that 50% आपका agriculture से आता है and the remaining is coming from the other aspect, other areas. Growth and development is the main area. Then we have infrastructure, industrial policy and budgeting, जहाँ से fewer questions are being asked. But we can still prepare. Now what is the approach? Normally the students who are giving mains examination, so they have read the basic sources, they have read class notes उनके बने हैं या अपने notes बना रखे हैं. So they have to be ready notes on every topic with current updation, because UPSC is all questions on the current areas. वो monetary policy की बात कर, high food inflation, normally आपको topic पता होगा, but the effectiveness of the answer writing will help you to score marks. So land reform, food processing industry, common themes है. कुछ question तो direct आते हैं, ये syllabus में लिखा हुआ है, direct indirect subsidy. Then there are themes which are in news, millets, year of millets, या फिर कह लो कि कोई ऐसा टॉपिक न्यूज में आ रहा है जो जैसे अभी की हम बात करते हैं, तो व्हाट आर द टॉपिक्स व्हिच आर इन न्यूज राइट नाउ इन इकोनॉमी? एनीबॉडी? कोई रिसेंट टॉपिक बताइए. हाँ, इंटरनेशनल डे ऑफ वुमेन फार्मर्स, बिल्कुल. द फेमिनाइजेशन ऑफ लेबर, वुमेन डूइंग द जॉब ऑफ फार्मर, तो उस पर आ सकता है. तो हमें थीम्स को आइडेंटिफाई करना होगा, करंट थीम्स को, और लिंक करना होगा. नाउ व्हाट विल डू हियर इज दैट मैं आपको थीम्स प्रोवाइड करूंगा, PYQ बेस्ड थीम्स होंगे और ये थीम्स होंगे, इंटरलिंक करेंगे एंड विल अंडरस्टैंड हाउ टू सॉल्व द आंसर्स एंड हाउ टू मेक नोट्स, और उसमें इफेक्टिवली हम देंगे. हमको सिर्फ एक सोर्स फॉलो करना है एंड वी हैव टू फोकस ऑन आंसर राइटिंग, PYQs एंड प्रैक्टिस क्वेश्चन. प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन इज द गाइडिंग लाइट. अब जैसे मान लीजिए एक टॉपिक लेते हैं, गवर्नमेंट बजटिंग. सो नाउ इफ यू सी हियर, दीज आर क्वेश्चंस दैट हैव बीन आस्क्ड. नाउ इन द लास्ट 5 years, last 13 years, 6 questions have been asked, बट लास्ट 5 ईयर में सिर्फ 2 क्वेश्चन आए, तो यहाँ से क्वेश्चन कम आते हैं. सो दैट इज वाई एवरी टॉपिक हैव टू बी अंडरस्टूड कि उसका रेलेवेंस क्या है. और इसका मैं आपको पूरा सब्जेक्ट जो हर टॉपिक का कितना कितना क्वेश्चन आया वो आपको बताऊंगा. एंड दीज आर थीम्स, द माइक्रो थीम्स, जॉबलेस ग्रोथ, कैपिटल फॉर्मेशन, डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड, डिस्लेशन ऑफ इकोनॉमी, जीडीपी, लेबर एक्टिविटी, इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ. तो इन थीम्स को हम आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं कि ये सिलेबस में है, न्यूज में है. एक तो आपका डायरेक्ट टॉपिक से आ रहा है, दूसरा वो थीम्स जो कॉमन न्यूज में है. नाउ ऑल दीज क्वेश्चंस हैव बीन आस्क्ड. नाउ इफ यू नो द थीम्स, दे आर करंट बेस्ड. मान लो मोनोक्रॉपिंग कल्चर की हमने बात कर दी, तो मोनोक्रॉपिंग कल्चर न्यूज में बार बार आ रहा है, या मिलेट्स बार बार न्यूज में आ रहा है. या फिर अगर हम अभी की बात करते हैं, इन्होंने इंटरनेशनल वुमेन फार्मर्स की बात करी. इकोनॉमी के अंदर अभी बहुत सारे टॉपिक है, मैं अभी आपको दिखाऊंगा. फॉर एग्जांपल राइट नाउ दीज आर टॉपिक्स व्हिच आर देयर इन द न्यूज इन द लास्ट 2 years. ग्रीन जीडीपी, डेमोग्राफिक ट्रांजिशंस, फ्यूचर रेडी वर्कफोर्स, स्किल गैप है, फ्रॉम जॉबलेस ग्रोथ टू इंक्लूसिव ग्रोथ की तरफ भी मूव कर रहे हैं. अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट जो है कम हो गया है, गवर्नमेंट का डेटा तो यही कहता है. देन हाई इनकम इकोनॉमी, बिकॉज 4 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी बन गए हैं. तो नाउ दे विल से कि अभी 4 ट्रिलियन तो बन गए, बट डेवलप्ड इकोनॉमी कब बनेंगे, उस पर डिस्कशन होगा, डिबेट होगा. विकसित भारत. देन फॉर्मुलेशन ऑफ इंडियन इकोनॉमी. पिछले 2-3 सालों के अंदर इंडियन इकोनॉमी फॉर्मुलेशन बढ़ा. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ फॉर्मुलेशन? पीपल आर गेटिंग फॉर्मल जॉब्स, जॉब विद सोशल सिक्योरिटी, बेनिफिट्स. उसका गवर्नमेंट का डेटा ऐसा सजेस्ट कर रहा है दैट फॉर्मुलेशन इज हैपनिंग. तो उस पर डिबेट है. वन व्यू कहता है नहीं है, दूसरा व्यू कहता है. So we can give both the perspective with the data. Labor ecosystem, labor code, labor reforms, gig economy में वुमेन का क्या रोल है, उसको आप कास्ट से भी लिंक कर सकते हो. दैट गिग इकोनॉमी में लोअर कास्ट या अपर कास्ट का डिफरेंशियल कैसा है. नाउ दैट विल लिंक टू द सोसाइटी. जीएस पेपर 1 से वहां लिंक हो जाता है. तो टॉपिक्स आर हाईली इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी. जेंडर इंक्लूजन इन द मैन्युफैक्चरिंग वर्कफोर्स. ठीक है. देन बेस ईयर रिवीजन की बात हो रही है, बहुत टाइम से ओवरड्यू है. सो ऑल दीज आर टॉपिक्स व्हिच आर देयर इन न्यूज. और ये इन तो ऐसे करके मैं आपको हर करंट अफेयर के माइक्रो थीम और इन माइक्रो थीम्स पे हम नोट देंगे. यू हैव रेडी देयर कि वो चीजें रेडी हैं और आप उस पर काम कर पाओगे. सो द आइडिया इज टू अंडरस्टैंड द रिक्वायरमेंट्स ऑफ एग्जाम और आपको करंट से इंटरलिंक करके पढ़ना है. एंड इफ यू डू दैट इट विल मेक अ डिफरेंस. तो द पीपल हु आर राइटिंग मेंस एग्जामिनेशन उनके लिए तो है ही है, but you can also see it will help you to decode the requirements of exam. ठीक है ना?
Yes, that's what this program will be very focused on. 10 to 11 days will be there, and we will be conducting this classes in the evening time, so that even the job people can also join this module, and particularly those who are going to write this year mains exam, उनके लिए काफी useful होगा इसमें, and we'll provide them with the content also there, so that because now those who are going to write mains, they have very less time. I think almost less than 2 months. So they have to be very focused, and current aspect becomes very, very important. And I'll tell you that all the topics in GS3 paper are difficult because most of the people are very thorough with the humanities paper, like history and other topics there, geography. But when it comes to technical subject, because this is a technical paper, all these are technical subject. So that requires, and आपका हर एक मार्क्स काउंट करता है इंटरव्यू कॉल के लिए. अगर मेंस में कहीं भी कम हो जाता है, you will be out of the interview. You will not be able to reach to the final stage. So those who are writing exam this year, so AGIS, both of us, sir and myself, will be taking this module, and we will provide the best support to the aspirants there. Right. So thank you for giving your time. Right. And I wish you all the best. So keep in touch. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you guys. Thanks for your time, and thanks all the online students. Okay. Take care. And you can reach out for the team for details. We'll be sharing the details. Okay. Take care. And this sessions will be online only. This will not be offline. Because बहुत सारे लोग जॉब कर रहे हैं, स्पेशली पीपल हु आर राइटिंग मेंस, वो लोग तो क्लास करने के लिए मूड में नहीं है, एंड वी डोंट वांट टू ट्रबल देम. बट विल हैव पर्सनल मेंटरिंग सेशन फॉर पीपल हु आर राइटिंग.
करेक्ट.
हाँ, तो वो ऑफलाइन हम
we'll have answer writing doubt session and mentoring for the people who are going to write the exam. So we'll keep it as an online mode only. Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.